was sleeping. I really thought I thought someone was sleeping. Hello? It's almost
Hello?
3 a.m. What are you doing?
Not.
I'm in bed.
Not.
God damn it, phone! There's so much nutting.
Not.
Okay.
Not.
Hello.
Not.
Uh,
Not.
oh
Not.
my eyes are heavy.
Hello,
Not.
guys.
Not.
Oh
No.
my god! There's so much nutting today. But yes, funny enough, I'm eating nuts.
Nice.
So it's
Nice.
perfect for the occasion. But yes, this is a random.
Not.
I
Not. Not.
This is a random.
Give them
It is a random thing that I made 30 minutes with Rob last week, where I was like, hey, you want to shoot the shit and just talk about random shit? And then he was like, because he wanted to do something, and I was like, hey, you want to do something random? Because like he had a free day, and then so this is the birth of the oh, I don't know. I don't think I should consider it a podcast because it's literally just me grabbing a friends to talk about stuff. Yes, go to bed, Vez. It is 3 a.m. for us.
Good night,
I'm
guys.
just doing this so I can get some sleep, but not before getting shit out of my system. I wanted to talk about anime today, but the old man left me. No, I'm kidding. The old man had to do something. You bitch, why'd you leave? Anyways, no, I'm kidding.
You ditched him, ma.
Yeah, you ditched me, old man. How fucking dare you? Anyways, no, I'm kidding. He has stuff scheduled.
He has life.
Yeah, he has a fucking life. Yeah. Do I have a life
No.
outside of work? Probably not. But anyways, how are you, Ninja? I know you're trying to go to sleep, and you've been sending me reels. I saw one of them which was talking about gods, and there was like a god dinosaur. And why is the god of
Oh
dinosaurs
my
hot?
god.
He's so
I'm
fucking
like,
hot.
I want the book. Like, it's a really, like, he was talking, so the reel basically is about this guy who's talking about, like, why don't, like, Dungeons and Dragons, like, expand, and, like, there's so many things that they can expand more other than,
I
like, the normal,
know. Even
There'll
Shadowfell.
be so much. Oh, like just like he was talking about the pantheons of the gods, and then like he recommended this book, which is what the one you saw, and then like he was like, look, don't you want like a barbarian, and then like or something, and like his patron is like god of fucking dinosaurs, like
And
who
what?
would
And
not
he's
want
so
to like
hot. I was like, why is the god
good
of dinosaurs hot? Like, I don't.
look at them.
Why? Why? Like, dinosaurs don't have to be that hot. As far as I know,
I
they're
know, like
extinct.
there's no reason to make the art look like this guy's hot, but like the art is like fuck, I'm gonna make you hot. Don't worry, I got you, fam. And like
I.
fucking made him hot. Like
God fucking damn it! It was
this, I
super.
love. No, like there's like the subclasses that was like super duper interesting. The book.
Nixput would like this info. Yes, I'm
Uh,
telling you, like if you see there's a book like dedicated to the upper planes, and when
it's
you
so
flip
good.
the page
I
on
love
like let's pick a random god, dinosaurs flips, and then
dinosaur.
oh
Fucking
no,
hot
he's
dinosaur.
hot. I was like, okay, I gotta appreciate the titties, the man titties, and the pose. Like the art was good. I was
That
like,
was
holy shit. And
good.
then
Was
I like that
real.
he has dedicated sections because like
That
you
was
you
good.
usually some books. You know, in Wizards of the Coast, they just mention
Mm-mm.
like, "Oh, this is a god," and
Yeah,
and
that's it.
and I
Then
had to
they're
find
done with it.
yeah, I had to look up like older sources like 3.5, and it was a fan-made wiki that
Yeah.
explained what the gods were, what their history
Mm-mm.
was, because they had time to
Like,
read all the novels. And I'm like, can you guys just put it in one book? It would be nice.
diba?
Thanks.
Like, if D&D could do that, Wizards could do that, that would be great. Like, highly
No,
appreciate it.
no, they
Like you
won't.
could get more money with that. Like, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why there's
Like,
this thing called community programs, because like this is a discussion that was in OGL. They don't have enough writers to compensate the need and demand for
oh yeah.
um the need and want for people to explore all these different things.
Mm-mm.
And that's why they did the community program. They did the OGL license because there are other creative writers out there that can write better things. Sige, go.
Yeah.
And then they use it. They just get a cut. They get a royalty of
Yeah.
50%.
I like how like it was like that was amazing. Yes, I know, right? Uno Bon just looked up
You
God of Dino.
just look
Right?
at the reel. You can look at the
It's
reel.
so
It's
safe.
safe. It's safe
It
for
was
work.
really safe.
It's
Like
really
click the
safe.
link and send the send.
Yeah, it's
Don't worry, it's
oh, it's
safe.
super super hot. But
But
yeah,
he looks good though. The art is amazing.
yeah, like holy shit. But yeah, we
Wow.
yeah, Sans the god of dinos. Like I was already like while I was setting up the stream, I was like I really wanted to talk about anime today because as far as you guys know, I started on my One Piece journey. 1,064 episodes. I've only scratched the surface
Oh
of
yeah.
episodes
You're-
22, and I'm
And then you
thankful.
haven't touched the movies yet, right?
No, I haven't touched the movies yet.
Wow.
I'm going in blind.
Amazing.
It's one of those
Good, good.
animes that I kind of dodged since
Mm-hmm.
college and high school. Like I was more of a Bleach fan girl. I was
Okay.
really into Bleach lore. I
And
read the
then
mangas and stuff. Like
can we
it
go to Bleach real quick lang? What is
yes.
your thoughts on the ending?
Um
Because, like, in my opinion, I just want to be honest. I stopped watching Bleach because I'm like, I got tired of it, and I'm like, I
I
stopped caring.
I
Because, like,
I
the
completely
ending was like,
agree.
uh,
I will say from somebody who read the manga, it's one of those animes
yeah,
where and there, you either had to choose between Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. I was the Bleach gang. I was
I was
into
all,
forums. I made OCs for Bleach. I was that obsessed. And I will say, Bleach had a good run, and it should have ended with Aizen. Like
yeah,
Tito, the Kubo, the writer, I almost said Tite. I was like, what the fuck? Tito Kubo. Tito Kubo. The writer, he
like,
had this story end at Aizen, the Aizen arc,
yeah,
when he
yeah,
was like all the build up, like the reason why Bleach worked, especially in the earlier arcs, was
mm-mm,
all that build up and like the slow setup of the big
mm-mm,
villain and all like
mm-mm,
the trials and tribulations of Ichigo having to go
yeah,
through um all of his power sets
uh-oh,
to be in the same level as Aizen. He
yeah,
was the villain and that's it.
uh-oh,
But the
uh-oh,
studios got greedy. So a
uh-oh.
tired
They're
guy
like,
was just like, okay,
mm-mm,
I'm done. We're closing it. This is
mm-mm,
it. Oh, sige, let's make more arcs. I like
mm-mm,
the thousand year arc because like it introduced the Jagdarmi, which I love that there's more inclusion of the other groups like
mm-mm,
Quincy's. They're the
yeah.
badass. I don't like
I like
Shinigamis
that.
can go fuck themselves. Quincy's are cool,
Right.
but the Bound
But, like, that
arc
was a good
was unnecessary.
addition. That was a good addition.
Yeah, but like the Bound arc wasn't necessary. It's
Uh,
bullshit. It's
like,
like
a lot. It was like, this is not needed. Like, it was already good. Like, can you, like, tama na.
yeah.
Like, quit while you're ahead kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, they should have stopped honestly at I would have been
Mm-mm.
okay with Aizen, and then like the Jagdarmi arc would be a different one. Like give the
Yeah.
guy some time. He was running on steam when he was writing all that last stuff. And he did
Oo.
admit to that. Na pagod na siya
Oo.
nun. Matalo mo
It
man
was
pag
kind of
pagod na yung
fun.
artist. And
Oo.
that's why the high rise and the crash was so big, and I was so sad
Mm-mm.
about it. And
Mm-mm.
ang nangyari pa like we got the 1,000 year arc like what 12 years after, and no one
Yeah.
and then like when I cosplayed as I think it was Urahara, the one with the green hat. I went
Oo.
around. There were not many kids who recognized me.
Yeah.
Ang
So,
sakit
like,
sa heart. It was like one of the biggest shonens
mm-mm.
in my era. And like
Mm-mm.
I have friends who have kids now, and we still talk about like I remember the days when we would just like read the latest when the manga would come out, and like even in college we were just like so
Oo.
hyped up about it. Like Bleach was a huge part of my life in terms of
Mm-mm.
anime. And One Piece didn't have a place. I was like when I saw it, I was like it didn't appeal to me. I was like I looked at
Oo.
it, sorry, I'm too busy thinking about Bleach. And then so I'm glad they did the 1,000 year arc after so many
Mm-mm.
years. For like
That was good. Mm-mm.
how Ichigo became like okay, I'm sorry to the Marvel fans out there. How he essentially became the Wolverine and Friends, where it's like it's Ichigo and Friends. It's no
Oh, yeah.
longer like
It's
everybody has their
his.
unique abilities, whatnot. Because Ichigo can just get it because
Yeah.
like the one thing that broke me in the story arc was like suddenly he has Quincy abilities because he's a half brother of Uryo Ishida, and I'm like,
Um,
what the fuck is this bullshit? What is it? Can
they,
you just
I
leave?
part of me feels like they just needed to throw something in, which is
Like,
like, eh,
like you can tell it's like, okay, we just make everything fucking possible. He can do bound abilities. He can do Quincy abilities. He can
to
be
do
a
everything.
wizard. He can be an Arankar. Let's just make him do everything, and it's just like
It's
he
like
became a
OP.
Gary Sue, and I fucking hated
Um,
that. I like the underdog story he had.
um, that was really good in the story. Yeah.
Honestly,
It's,
one of the good writings if you ignore the burnout post
mm-mm,
Aizen. It was
mm-mm.
really good writing. Like I loved it so much. Like I could tolerate, and he was one of the protagonists that wasn't screaming at that time. Cause
Oh
One
yeah.
Piece has a screamer, Luffy.
Uh-uh.
Naruto is a screamer.
Uh-huh.
Like guys, calm the
Uh,
fuck down.
that's
That's one of
true.
one of
Like
the things.
no, I think everyone's a screamer in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, in Dragon Ball, everyone's just a fucking
Everyone
screamer.
is fucking screaming.
Like
Like 100%.
you just kind of just want to chill and just watch like some guy who's
A
like
good narrative.
oh, like you don't want to hear somebody shout. Like that's one of the things that annoyed me. How's One Piece going then? I'm talking about my journey to One Piece right now, but we
Uh,
segued to Bleach. um,
I just
uh,
wanted to hear like her opinion because she's a Bleach kid.
I am a huge Bleach fan, and I really
Uh,
like Kubo deserved better. That's all I'm gonna say. He deserved that rest after. Like, I think everybody would have been
yeah,
okay if he was like, "Hi, I'm gonna take like a 1 2
break.
year break and then
Uh,
come back with the thousand
yeah,
year arc," and like have
yeah.
him not like straight after Aizen, because after that it
All
was
right,
like,
let's
now what?
immerse. Uh,
Like he was in the now what situation, and then
then
the
you'll be like
studios, they were like they
more.
got really fucking greedy with the
Uh,
hype that
yeah.
came with Bleach. Like it was a good story. Like that's why it's like a cautionary tale for a lot of people that are getting to the manga industry and anime. Like know when your story ends. Don't have it keep
Yeah.
going. One Piece. 1,064 episodes? Can you count? But I heard it was a slow burn. Okay, segueing to One Piece. I've been told that it's a slow burn. A lot of things take
Really.
time for it to get to places, like,
Yeah.
which is like a different approach. Which okay,
Mm-mm.
I'm thankful. Um, I'm thankful at least the artist or whoever created One Piece, like they took the standard serial episodic approach of like it's all contained in an episode, at least from the first 22 episodes. It's just like there's just like a couple of episodes that are connected, but
Mm-mm.
it's like it's like a monster of the week or who's the flavor of pirate for the week vibe, which is like
Um,
that was a thing. A serialized episodic thing was common for old animes. Like Detective Conan,
yeah.
it's always a different case in every episode. It's
Oh my God,
barely.
Detective Conan is still ongoing.
I mean,
Holy
yeah, it's just
shit!
one of
And
the
her
like.
face
Can
on.
can you let him
Uh,
rest? He's been
like
a kid for like
uh,
what 30 years.
how many years not you like fucking
Like
shit?
you know.
Like it's literally the one of the most oldest ongoing like fucking mangas out there. Like holy shit!
Like, can you
Like
call?
contemporary.
No, I love Detective Conan though. I think I
Like
watched
yeah,
everything in the movies, like,
like
but not the
Detective
updated
Conan is good.
ones. Yeah.
Detective Conan is good. Alright. I'm not gonna argue na like is it bad, blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna argue. Like if your opinion, in my opinion, it's good. For like I don't know,
It's
like
been going way too
maybe like
long.
maybe
And
like
it's an
hey,
insult
can we
then
like
to Ran, the girl. Like, halos
uh
30 years, di mo pa rin nagets na that's the guy you're kind of
yeah,
having that
like
weird romantic energy with a kid, and it's like
uh
bordering on pedo, but it's actually the guy.
like
They haven't made her
uh,
figure it out. It's an insult
no,
to her
like
intelligence.
it's just kind of low key sad. At the same time, I was like, bro, like really, come on, like you gotta like figure shit out at some point. Like,
No, I think she had so many close calls, but they kept doing the.
no,
But no, it's not
no,
me.
look, okay, it's like
Me That's it.
Uh,
Like you're just like,
uh,
okay,
uh,
all right, okay. But yeah, One Piece, my One Piece experience so far. I'm thankful. Um, I'm thankful to Cass who's here on chat. I don't know if you're working or not, but so how the One Piece experience happened is basically Cass really worked hard to get to those subs for Maiden Fair. A lot of people were like saying, "Why did you agree to it?" Because I was like, "It's fun. It's one of the animes I avoided." And like and there's somebody who put that, like, that was one of the most unique challenger goals like that I've gotten in the pool of 8 people, I believe, that streamed that day. Like everybody had their unique challenges. One of them being there was somebody who was gonna challenge me to do Darkest Dungeon Light mode, but Kaz literally was like, "Watch One Piece," and it's a meme. So I was like, "Sure, go ahead." And the fact that
oh,
people in her
God.
stream pulled to make sure I watch One Piece, I respect the hustle. I will. I like what's like I don't mind watching old animes, sure. So I did One Piece. I started it this month. I didn't get to start it right away in Maiden Fair, like right after Maiden Fair, so June. I got into 22 episodes. The pacing, I can feel it's a lot slower. It's
Oh
almost
yeah,
like the early days of, well, Dragon Ball was still kind of fast for me.
a
Like
little
it,
bit.
yeah, it was like breakneck pace. Like suddenly he's a kid, suddenly he's a grown man.
Mm-mm.
Is anybody gonna question how a child just suddenly grew up and then like
Nope.
he had another
Just
kid?
just let
Like
it
there
happen.
was a lot of energy. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
because it's still a young kid in a grown man body, and he also had a kid later on, and I'm just like, I don't. Is he aware of what he's? Anyways, we're not gonna go. But anyways,
We're not gonna
what?
go there. We're not gonna go
We're
there.
not
Uh-huh.
gonna go there, because
Uh-huh.
I
We're just
have
gonna let it happen and
uh
like move on.
yeah, like because like my brain immediately thought of Aaron Johnson. I don't know if you know the actor who played Quicksilver.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's a really a young guy, got married to an older woman, and I'm just like,
Uh-uh. Okay.
anyways, anyway, One Piece.
Yeah.
Um,
One.
I'm slowly getting like, so I'm in that, rediscovering an old anime and seeing the progression of, like, I like how they're like, it's kind of like formulaic. You see the shonen touches of it, like, I'm gonna be
Uh-oh.
the king of pirates, and you
Oh
see
yeah.
the hero's journey of how I got to see them get their ship, and like slowly meeting the
I
characters. I think I only got to Sanji. I stopped at Don Craig's episode. I haven't seen the full cast. Apparently it's 5. um
okay, ma'am. Sorry, again, I mentioned to them already. Like, I kind of stopped watching One Piece, and I'm pretty sure it's more than five. It's like a
uh
lot for the amount of characters.
no, no, the canon characters, like the OG, is 5.
Oh, yeah, I believe it's five. Ang OG.
Yeah, we have of course Luffy. There was, oh my god, I'm
Oh,
forgetting the name of the orange hair girl.
Tsunami.
There, thank
Uh,
you.
wait, sorry, I didn't count. But Sanji, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Chomper.
Zoro though
And
is a badass.
oh yeah, Zoro's like yes.
He's
He's
cool.
just like wala lang talaga siyang sense of direction. Which is like I feel you, bro. I feel you. 100% I
Oh
feel
my,
you.
and
Like
and I was like,
he's
I can sense I'm old now. Cause like there was a scene in Zoro's backstory where he was fighting with his like rival na babae who was calling him weak. I forgot her name, but like,
I don't remember her name. Again, I've mentioned to them all. There's a lot of characters in One Piece. There's too many characters in One Piece, in my opinion. And then there's a lot of them that like, oh, you're gonna hear about them for like this bit, and then like a couple of chapters, and then like you never hear them again, like ever after this part, like disappear into existence. So I personally don't bother remembering a lot of character names.
I mean, I for me it was, I'm just going through the motions, and it does treat it like a, like, serial episodic na parang they show one enemy, one theme, they fight it, and then they leave. That's how it's been feeling so far. Like they have a formula going. And the one thing that I notice how like I'm very it's if I watch this during my Bleach era, I probably would have felt a lot of emotional like, oh my god, this happened, because now that I'm older, I'm just like, oh, I'm calling it now. He's gonna kick the guy's crotch. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
calling it now. Because like it's like you,
You watch
you've
too
ex-
many.
you've watched too
Uh-uh.
many anime to kind of
You
predict an
know.
old
Yeah.
anime, and
You know what's
which
gonna
isn't a
happen.
bad thing. It's just like it doesn't give me the nostalgia beats or like the re-experience as a new person. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, it feels like a shonen, yeah, and then
Mhm.
um, and there's like I know a lot of people would have been affected with like a sudden like they didn't hold back on the a child fucking died, tripped down the
Uh-uh.
stairs and died. That's Zoro's
Mm-mm.
backstory of like he trained so hard because he wanted to beat this one student in a dojo, and
Mm-mm.
the kid is so good at swords, but apparently she's so fucking uncoordinated that she died tripping on the stairs. I'm just like, girl, like
Mm-mm.
in like a younger self, I felt like I feel bad because like I feel like my younger self would appreciate that and cry and
Oh
like
yeah.
not a lot of animes have made me cry except side glances at Made in Abyss, and
Oh
that
my god.
was fucking torture, and 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 um Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Those are the ones that really hit hard because of the story beats. But like for something
Mm-mm.
nostalgic as this, you're just like, okay, this is happening. It hasn't hit me emotionally yet as it did because I think it's also a slow burn then because like these are the kinds of cartoons that you would watch in the
As a child.
background. Like parang you would watch it in the background in the afternoon when you're just chilling and you're
Uh-huh.
not thinking about life
School.
responsibilities. It's in a time where this would be in the background and you're just chilling and doing kid things. Like this is
Enjoying
definitely
your like as a child.
enjoying your freedoms, enjoying
Mhm.
your stress-free life. But yeah, I could like, and I'm in a different phase in my life right now where it's like
Yeah.
work's gonna be a thing, and like I have to like time when I watch this because like I do 16-hour shifts, so I'll be like, so
Mm-mm.
when do I watch this? Probably can cover like it's gotten to a point. I'm glad it's a ritual now where it's like I'm gonna find time within the week to spend at least 2 to 4 hours watching this with people
Mm-mm.
in my Discord. By the way, if you guys wanna join me in my One Piece journey, I'm watching tomorrow and Friday One Piece. I'm gonna try to get to 35 before the
Mhm.
end of this week. I do plan to finish One Piece by the end of this year. That's gonna be my goal. Like just I enjoy a good pirate story. There are some I end up seeing it in like a TTRPG sense because I'm in 7 Cs na TTRPG. And
Oh.
like the long, slow burn of actions. Uh, I watched a crazy woman watch all the episodes in a month. I unfortunately do not have that kind of time. I don't. So I'm pacing myself with this, and
And that's okay. Uh-oh. That's fine.
yeah,
Yeah, like there's a shit ton of like One Piece episodes, so like there's genuinely no rush.
yeah. I'm
Like
enjoying my
honestly.
One Piece thing, and it's fun. What's so fun is there I get to watch it with people who have already watched it, and they're just like, oh, this is the episode, and then they would be like, oh, this. I didn't realize this happened, or I completely forgot.
Mm-mm.
Thank you for shouting out, Mia. But yeah, it just got to that point where it's like it kind of brought people together. They have their nostalgia moment, and I'm just there like
Mm-mm.
discovering the story. I like I mentioned, there's a RPG called 7 Cs, and the way the mechanics works is it takes an entire scene for you to do so many actions. And I was like, how does that fucking work in a TTRPG setting? And then I watched One Piece and I was like, oh, I get it now. So this is how the mechanic works. Like an entire episode of this one scene. where they try to run and try to catch the bad guy. There's a clash, and there's a lot
Oh.
of flashbacks and stuff because the mechanic of Seven Seas, they do flashback moments. It really feels like
Mm.
a like that TTRPG is a One Piece anime in a TTRPG, because like you do an entire role or like entire scene with all the roles that you're trading in. Okay, somewhere in the scene I'm gonna do a flashback. Somewhere in the scene I'm gonna have a fight, a duel just with the villain. So we'll mag one-on-one sila and everybody parts off like side characters. And you guys have
Yeah.
that fight. And that's just one scene. It's a slow burn. So it's like, okay, so I think, I don't know ano yung nauna, if it was Seven Seas or One Piece. But I can see, because I could never
The
get,
correlation
yeah, I couldn't wrap my head how the mechanics would work. And
until
then
you
until
watch
One Piece happened, I was like, okay, now I get it.
it. I get it. I get it.
Because like there would be like they're having a face off, and suddenly there's like this villain monologue that's taking too
Mm.
long. There's this flashback scene, and I'm just like, okay, now I get it. Wait, Bowen mentioned like I'm watching Bleach again currently. Yo, like the season ones
But
and stuff. Mad respect. What arc are you in? And I watched JoJo. Okay, JoJo's another anime that my friend's been trying to get me to watch. And you guys can hear JoJo in the background, which is perfect. So, the
hard as
thing,
the rocket face.
just past the Bount. Are you watching but a Bount arc? Just watch the
I'm like,
1,000 Year arc. Just do that. It is just a drag. Yeah, don't
mm-mm.
punish yourself. God, just skip
You
it.
can
Skip it.
just skip.
Skip
Just
it.
skip. Trust. Skip it.
Trust us. Skip it.
Skip. Yeah. You're fine. You're fine without it. You'll live. Just skip.
Yeah,
Honestly.
exactly. No, you save hours of your life.
Yeah. True. 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 Like JoJo. I've been told that like I should watch JoJo. Blah blah blah. Blah. But like for some reason I'm like I think I don't need to watch because of the memes itself gives me like enough
No,
context
no,
to like
there's.
alright. But at the same time like I think I should watch it.
I can't rewatch Bleach. No, if you've watched Bleach once, that's good. If you like, I would say just
You're
watch the
good.
1,000 Year arc, because seeing for me it felt so surreal because like I got so used to the old art style of like 2000 what
Oh yeah.
2005 2009 art style.
Mm-mm.
Like it's you can tell when an anime is dated with the way that it's
It's
stylized. Like
the,
One Piece, you can tell it came from like the 90s or
the
like
era.
that
This
era.
era.
And
Yeah.
then with Bleach, you can tell it was a 2005 to 2009 anime kind of vibe. And then
Uh-uh.
when I saw 1,000 Year arc, the polished modern anime that came out, I was just like, oh my god, it's so clear, it's so clean. This feels like Jujutsu Kaisen with the amount of lighting and everything. Uh, yeah, JoJo's fun to watch. I watched the first one, the full of it. I've been wanting to watch all the way up to Star Ocean because like there's just so much. I like the elements that they put in there in terms of like they kind of put Jungian and philosophy stuff in there. That's the thing that kind
Mhm.
of appealed me to it. I was like, and the different stands, and I just want to be part of that fandom. I just, again, I don't have the time. If I had the time, if I could just, spend time watching anime and then not do anything else, sure, why not? uh,
Like everyone would. It's like choose between like doing work and watching anime. So watch
money
anime.
or
Mm,
anime?
hmm. Do I need the money?
Yeah, the show never gets. I would say JoJo's the type of anime that you wouldn't get bored of. You just need
Mm,
dedicated time for it, which is like
mm,
I can't do the. I don't want to do the like what I'm doing with One Piece, where it's like I can multitask with
mm,
work while it's
well,
happening because it's a slow burn. You can enjoy
well,
it in the.
you're tired.
There's some animes that you can enjoy in the background, but there's some that okay, you have to be
Have
watching
to
or else
like
you're gonna miss
full
something.
focus. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just aged Zatch Bell back in the day. Zatch Bell. Zatchbell? What's Zatchbell? Uh, I'm sorry, I'm not that old. The oldest anime I can remember is I don't know if anybody remembers Akazuchin Chacha.
Oh my god, yes.
Like ooh, like
Yes,
there's a boy with a
probably.
green gem, there's a boy with a blue gem, and there's a girl with a red gem. Um, I haven't heard the name Zatch Bell in that many moons. What's guys? Inform me what Zatch Bell? Because like the oldest anime I can remember is Akatsuki. I can't even pronounce it.
Akazuki Pacha. Yeah,
Akatsuki. I
that's
just
fine.
remembered how that it blew my mind on how this was. I didn't realize I was watching a magical girl anime, like in a sense. I
I
just
think
and there was like
it
a
was
really dark episode where like I think the girl um kind of like lost the will to live. I just remember that episode. It stuck to me as a kid
oh,
because like her gem wouldn't glow, and then they were like,
oh,
please, please, just believe in yourself. And I was just like, I don't know why it hit me that hard. And then like looking back at it now, it's like, huh, this okay, that was like depression.
I understand now as an adult. That was
Yeah, I
depression. I
understand. Like,
understand.
because like something broke her. I forgot what it was. It was a villain that broke her will. That her gem just died, and then
Mm-mm.
she just. That's it. I'm good. Like I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna try anymore. And like super fucking dark and random. But there's this. I saw. I don't know why I have like. There would be some moments on Facebook where it's like, oh, you get quotes and stuff, and then suggested for you. There was an article suggested to me. Thank you for the
Mhm.
DM. Um, there was just this article where it said it's a guy on his face like planking on the floor, and it was like
Yeah.
a psychogenic death or something where it's like it's hard but not impossible for you to die by losing the will to live. And I was just like, why is this suggested to me? Like, hello. Facebook, what the fuck? Good to
You know,
know.
seriously.
I like research, but what the fuck? So
Yeah, I
like
don't know, right?
like I get it, like, you know, I get it, I have depression, but god damn. God damn. It was super funny. So like I just remember that. Oh, and Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon was my jam. And I always
Um,
joke about it. It's like um die by losing their will Zermak. Exactly. Like the thing about Sailor Moon was it kind of made me realize that oh my god, I felt
uh,
weird. Like I didn't mean to see it in a
good.
sexual way, but I always joke where Sailor Moon was my first porn cuz like I would really blush during the transformations where their clothes are off. And I'm just like,
I like the part of
look
wow.
away, look away. Sailor Moon was like that awakened me that okay, maybe I'm into girls. Like, oh no. And then, like every time I see them, I can't like they're so pretty. I want to hang out
There's
with
some
them.
sparkly and
I want to
like
be like I get angry at the boys who are like taking the girls for granted and all that. It was just like it was a weird time. I didn't understand myself. I was super confused. But yeah, seeing the transformations, I was just like, look away, look away. Okay, I'm checking the what kid sent me.
for some
Zatch
reason
Bell.
my brain went to ano. I don't know if you know this anime. It's like the girl went in a book or something,
Mhm.
and then like her friend, like her best friend, tried to like get her out of the book, right? And then like when she tried that, they switched places. No, like she went into the book, her friend went out, and then like I try to remember the name.
I'm so
Like
sorry, Corn God. I'm sorry. That's the. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Say Sailor Moon is my 4 point. Like, look, it made me feel weird tingly things. I looked
it's
away. I was
your feeling,
blushing. You know.
feeling.
I didn't mean to. Okay, it's just like really hot girls transforming. I didn't know how to deal with that information
Uh,
as a kid. But you know, looking back at it now, it really is fucking weird for my kid brain to go there. I was like, why am I blushing? Why am I freaking out? It's just magical girl transformations.
it's
uh,
not sparkly.
the sparkles.
The sparkles is making you blush. Who knows?
Oh my god, the sparkles. But yeah, I don't remember that book one.
It's it's like really really old, and it's like questionable. Because like here's the thing, like it it was a it was on TV as a TV5 at some point, like way back then when they were showing anime, and then like
TV5?
yeah, yeah,
Damn.
TV5 all that back then. And then like the
Okay,
thing is,
Studio
like,
23 and TV5 had the good anime. Why
yeah,
am I horny?
yeah, like I was scrolling through like TV, and then like when I discovered, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna take note of this. Like I will remember you, Studio 25, TV4, yes. Like what time? All right, noted.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm curious. I guess like that's your one anime that you can't. I remember having this one anime that I watched in AXN. It
Oh
was
my god,
like
ASM.
they had this guy who kind of went. It's an isekai. I definitely feel like it's an isekai. It's like high school. Everyone in high school went to this magical world, and then like there was like a Jenga ruins. I'm trying to remember the title. There was like he met a girl there, and then he had to, because of his feminine face, he had to pretend to be the princess.
Mm.
And because the princess was kind of like in a cryogenic state or something, they kind of have the
Uh-uh.
same face, so they gave him a wig. And then
So like pretend to be
the
her.
thing that stuck to me, that like it was a really good story, but I hate how the episode I remember is that there was like this yandere character who crawled up to his bed, is like, "Hello, princess. Like,
Oh my god.
would you like me to do something for you?" And it's like, no, I'm fine. Like,
Red,
we're
red
both
button.
we're both girls. What the fuck are you doing? It's like, I don't mind if you're a girl or a boy, and I'm just like, why are these the animes I'm watching? And
So
I'm like,
I looked it up. I looked it up on the anime I was talking about. It's called Fushigi Yugi.
oh my god, Fushiyugi, as in like
Yeah.
Tamahome?
Yeah. So apparently,
Okay,
like
that
in
the
TV5, they
titas in
didn't
chat.
show it. Oh my god.
The titas in chat, let's go. Are
Yes.
the standards of men. It was Tamahome.
I found this out. I don't know if you know this, but I found this out way later on, like after, like years and years later on, after like I watched it. Like TV5 cut off the part because I was having a conversation with a friend about like Fushigi, and then she was like, You didn't know that like her best friend, the reason why she's like super mad at her is because she actually got,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, he
I'm
got,
like, I
it
did not
was,
know that. Like what the fuck? I'm
yeah,
like, wait. And
yeah,
then like
there
they
was,
showed this on
they
TV.
did not hesitate to
Oh,
show that in AXN, the
oh,
assault scene. I was
I'm
triggered when
like,
I saw
what?
it. I was like, fuck that. I'm glad Tamahome punched the guy. Like, fuck you. Like, fuck you, asshole. Fuck you. Anyways.
But like, I still can't get over it. And like, this is the things that we watch as a child. Like, what the
It's
fuck
kind
are
of
we?
fucked
What
up,
the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of fucked.
exactly. Like, what the hell? Oh,
Yeah, some yandere person, like the guy was like saying no a lot, and then he was like, "No, I'm gonna do this to you," and I'm like, "No, no,
what
no."
the fuck are we watching, kids? And like, I'm like 100% unsupervised, but at the same time, the adults are all like, even until nowadays, adults are like, oh, it's cartoon. Like,
Yeah, it's
we're
for
watching cartoons.
children.
They're like,
Anime's
it's
for
cartoon. I'm like,
children.
well, let me introduce you to these. It's like fucking list of like.
Really messed up shit. Yeah. I
Oh,
never forgave Fushiyugi for that. And then how they said it was okay because it was romantic. I was like,
I'm
no.
like, no, like I did not know at the time when I was watching it. No, like that's what like, oh, she was like, you know. I'm like, until later, and then like,
She was a
holy shit, what
minor.
the fuck?
That was what's
I'm like, what
worse.
the fuck? I'm like, God, I'm I question a lot of things. Like looking back, like my younger self, like please do not watch this. Stop.
Why were we allowed to watch it? Why was this on TV?
Diba?
But I will say
Exactly.
though,
That's the thing. Like why?
I'm glad they had the English ver. Okay, well, and speaking of TV animes, for those who lived in the Philippines, the only Tagalog dub I accepted was Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yung Yu-Gi-Oh.
Like, oh my god, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, Yu-Gi boy.
What's Fushigi Yugi about? Dr. Rocket Face asked. Holy shit, I got 3 OVA DVDs of Fushigi Yugi and no recollection of it. Really, Bone? Like,
How do I explain this? It
it's
revolves around one girl, a blue-haired boy. They went to a magical land with a lot of corruption stuff. That reads like a hentai anime. I just realized.
let's not. Let's
Wait.
take a step back and look back at all the anime that we watched before, starting with Fushigi Yugi. Like,
Hmm.
honestly, even Sailor Moon is like low key, like, this is weird. Like, if
Yeah,
you look back at it,
yeah,
it's
it
you
has
just
a weird. Yeah, they kind of
oh,
it
and
kind
then
of
like
went
you
on
suddenly
fetish
have a
territory.
sister that it's like and then like it's weird. Like looking back at it nowadays, it's like what the fuck did we watch as children? And then like oh, I God, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah. So okay,
basically, for Shigi
Fushi Yugi. Yeah. So they had a book, something about four gods or something.
uh,
It's a
and
okay.
they went in the
It
book.
makes sense that it was a bit, sensual because it's a shoujo kind of thing.
Mm,
There's two teenage girls. I just remembered there was an orange hair. There was one crushing scene there. One of the characters was like an old granny or something that got possessed, and they had to kill her.
I
Um.
don't remember this,
Oh, and
but like
like,
I'm not gonna be surprised.
oh, and Tama, there was a sex scene in there in
Oh yeah,
Pushiyuki. I remember
I think
that.
there were
Like
like a
they,
couple of such scenes there. Honestly, I think there were a couple.
like,
Mm,
no, it's it's
mm,
not it's
mm.
not obscure. If you're in the Philippines, there's like
It's like straight up.
so many so many titas. Titas are aunties. Like, people in their 30s and 40s, like remembering that as they're like, oh, this was like our little spicy little anime, because they was like, kilig and romance and all that.
Like,
So yeah, I will say Samurai X, or it was called Samurai X here in the Philippines, in Studio
what was it
23.
called in I don't know, in
It's
like
Rurouni
other.
Kenshin,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
here it's Samurai X because he
Have
has
you
an
seen the
X on
movie?
his face.
Have you
The
seen the
live
movie?
action,
Yeah, when it
really
came out,
fucking good, really fucking good.
I
I
love it
approve of.
so much. I love that like they kept the comedy. Like it was like not fully one for one with that, but like I love that like they kept the comedy. They kept the like characters, the like attitude, and so on. So on the dynamic, it's like yes,
Yeah.
it's
Samurai
so.
X or Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah, there was a show. Yeah, the show and the movie was called Samurai X. It was so funny because like, um, I really hated live action animes. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
was very hesitant with how, what do you call this? With how this live action was gonna be, but they
I
really
think.
did the combat and like the drama
Oh
beats
yeah,
to a T. It was,
so good. It's so fucking good.
but
Like I think
I'm hesitant with the new anime coming out though. They did like a remake of it. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna watch
really.
it. No.
I think like no one was good enough. There's no need to like redo, in my opinion. Unless like you keep everything and then just I don't know make everything like art wise upgraded or something. But like you keep like everything.
I think
Sure, I guess. Oh,
here's the thing. There's something about certain animes that if you stick it to the old art style, it looks
it's
better
so
when
good.
compared to putting it in modern.
Oh yeah, there
Like
are.
there are some
Um,
animes that if you move it to modern style art, there's just some animes that work as a modern anime, like
mm,
polished and stuff, like Studio Mappa levels of quality.
oh yeah,
But there's just some that it's just good to have like that old art style, like Cowboy Bebop. Um,
Oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop is so
and
good.
Samurai X. Like their art style is iconic. I just don't like seeing it in like, why is this? Why is this here? Like when you don't need to make it modern, it looks too clean now. It's
Yeah,
like
it's like it's fine as is.
it it washed over to the like point that it just doesn't fit.
Mm.
I still like some old. That's
Out
why
of
I
curiosity,
go
speaking of,
ahead.
since you mentioned Cowboy Bebop, did you watch? I did not watch the live action. Where did you watch? You at least give it the shot. The Netflix shit.
I was disappointed. Um,
You've seen it.
here's the thing. Um, the they were they did a lot of story beats that just didn't work. The actors were great. Studio Bone, yeah. I wonder why I like most of their production. But the thing with the Netflix one was super disappointing because the way the storyboarding in anime was, they didn't need to spell it out what it is. I forgot the name of the guy. Brain, curly hair, pro tag. I was gonna say Bebop, but that's not his name.
Ano name niya? Shit.
No, Spike. Thank you. I was like, thank you, Spike. It was Spike. When you see the anime, you see the flow of the anime structure in terms of how they're taking their actions. Without them spelling it out or saying it what it is they're doing, you see it through the animation. And it's
Mm-mm.
kind of like semi-fluid, like they did it as fluid as they could muster
Do
in
it.
that time. But they did not need to spell out like, oh, I'm gonna fight this person because somebody asked me for help. Like that was told through the scenes.
Mm.
In the Netflix one, there was like an inner monologue and like cutscenes, and it felt slower and jankier because like anime is smooth, fluid. Even for somebody to draw it frame by frame, they managed to make it fluid. The Netflix one felt like jank, and there was just too much people telling their plans versus just
Mm.
letting the story and the movement
Happen.
and progression. Like if you're gonna see somebody walk towards the bar, have a conversation, like okay, they're probably getting some information. They're not gonna be like, I'm gonna go stake out in the bar and try to get some information. I'm like, you can just,
Oh, they did that.
I don't know, can you like in the art style of the vibe, like no, there is a way to do it. It's just the way they did it is like they treated the viewers like dumb people instead of just like
Mm.
having the audience be the spectators watching people moving in their own world. You don't need to spell shit out. We're not dumb. And
Let it happen.
everything went horrible. Yeah, LeFou, I didn't like it. Like there was like, because I'm very biased to the anime. Yeah, I don't like shows that spell shit out for me. I just like have the characters move along and we can pick the story cues. That's good storytelling where you don't have to spell out why they're going
Mm-mm.
to a certain place, why they're doing this. You can even have a fucking flashback for all I care. And then like, but I kudos to the efforts of the actors and like the costume design and everything. They really tried, but it's always gonna be hit or miss when it comes to live action. The only live action anime that was actually good was Samurai X. Out of all the live actions. I mean, I can say at least out of the Netflix adaptations, nothing was as bad as Death Note.
Oh my god. My brain went to like, oh, you want you. Death Note is bad. My brain is like Avatar: Last Airbender.
Oh
Help.
my god!
Dragon Ball Z live action. Help.
Well, I guess I have a question for you. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people say that Avatar isn't considered anime. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Uh huh.
It's not anime though. Because it wasn't made in Japan.
In my opinion, my honest opinion with regards to like things like that, it's like, it's the thing. Anime, I believe it. so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Anime comes from like the whole idea of like animation. So it's like it kind of technically doesn't really matter where it comes from. Like people like call things differently in different places. So ako like if you consider it as ako for me it's an animation in my opinion.
It's not anime for me. I think it's animation. Like, you know, there's some that are anime. Cause like for me, anime is very specific to Japan. Like it's made by a
Hmm.
Japanese studio and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So like a lot of people get miffed when you call Avatar an anime, and I'm like, I mean, it could fit.
yeah, it could.
So
But I would consider it more of like an animation.
yeah, animation
Like
is
unless
good.
like you wanna like specific like, alright, this animation came from this anime. Or like this animation came from uh Europe or America or whatever. Like generally, it's going to be considered as a cartoon or an animation. There's like you know,
Mm-mm.
especially like depending on like who you talk to. Like it's like an old person, like really really old person, they would like, oh, they're all cartoons. Mm-mm. Which is gives me that.
I mean, there's a lot of animes that use Western story beats. I mean,
Mm-mm.
like what do you call this? Code Geass is very
Oh yeah,
Western,
oh yeah.
and their Japanese person looks like a British person, and their British
And then like
person
they're
looks
like
like
Britannia,
Japanese.
which is like, all right, you do you, could guess, you do you.
There's so
It's
many
on your own
Japanese
little world.
like game studios and anime studios used a lot of Western storylines. Violet
Mm-mm.
Evergarden, for one,
Oh yeah,
Western.
God, Violet Evergarden is so
Oh yeah.
good.
Thoughts on Netflix's Death Note? It is an abomination. I've watched and read the manga of Death Note in my
Oh,
time,
fucking
high
good.
school.
Like
Um,
yeah,
I think everybody had like that, especially in the emo era of like Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance. Death Note was there,
oh yeah.
in the background, and I will say that the anime did Kira justice because like the
Mm-mm.
manga made him like a deplorable sad mess where his panels actually became a meme at some point.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
They were.
the manga actually the ending they gave Kira was so bad that they made
Mm-mm.
him die like a pathetic piece of shit, which is like valid. But the way the anime did it was they showed his like arrogance and his like god
It's like
complex,
yeah.
but they made him have that walk of shame. Like they kind of like they didn't make him die in front of his enemies pathetically.
Mm-mm.
They made him go away and then have that scene with Ryuk,
Mm, mm,
the
yeah,
Shinigami, a different
yeah,
Shinigami, not the
Shinigami.
Bleach Shinigami, the Death
It's like
Note
Shinigami.
Shinigami, and then where he was like, "Please save me," and I was like, "Your time's up." I preferred the anime ending. A lot of people have that. I fought with a lot of people about it. It's like, no, the manga. It's what he deserves. It's it shows like him dying like a piece of shit, and I was like, we understand he's a piece of shit, but he's a smart goddamn piece of shit. Let him have a worse death where he becomes non-existent because he made a deal with freaking Ryuk. I like the anime ending. Now for Netflix, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Honestly, I did
they
not bother when I saw screenshots. I'm like, haha, pass.
the only
Hard
the
pass.
only saving grace of that Netflix show, I never thought I would want William Dafoe to voice a Shinigami. Until I heard him do it. I was like, William Dafoe, please do English dubs, thank you. He just has an iconic voice. That's the only thing that's I stopped watching when oh my god, yeah, when Light okay, they made Light kind of like a dumbass. They made him like a dumbass. The actor was so good. If you guys saw Hereditary, the actor there, and I think he was also in one of like I think the Naked Brothers band in Nickelodeon. Like he's a really good actor, but they made him a butt because of that show. Like they made Light is like calculated and calm and like he's like he kind of does the 2 steps 3 steps ahead kind of quiet nerd. They made him loud, they made him noisy, they made him like a dumb fuck and like who was just so like arrogant and egoistic and self-serving. Like there is ego and self-servingness by Kira, by Light, but he did it in such a way that it was bordering on sociopath, psychopath. Like it was like you see a very good bright student on the outside, they kind of made him like a delinquent, and then I would have been okay with a slight shift of L, of Lolier, but they kind of butchered him as well. He was like, he was telling his plans. L
Uh-oh.
doesn't do that.
Uh-oh. Like, God.
Yeah, it was a bad
I'm like,
and they
hard
made
pass.
Mira. Mira was that Mira? Miki?
Mika?
Mika there.
Mika,
Mika.
Mika, Mika.
The actress is hot. I've seen her in other movies. I like her. And I really, really like her. She was also in Death Stranding. And they just made her so, like, obsessive, chaotic. Like, okay, we get Mika's kind of, like, crazy. But
Yeah.
they just kind of went full crazy with her. And they just, all the characters made dumb decisions. And when you think about it, Death Note felt like a very overlayered, intense chess game between a lot of players. Like there were a lot of players on the board playing chess.
Yeah.
So that didn't come across in the Death Note. Like they just, if they went for like they didn't slap Death Note and it was a completely different thing, like a spin-off series where they had to deal with death gods. It didn't have the Death Note thing in it. They had their own haha fun spin. I would have been okay with it. But the fact that they slapped Death Note, used the character names, and did not reflect any of the characters, it was like a whatever interpretation bullshit that was. I was just like, no, stop doing
No.
that. Studios, just stop. Just stop. God damn. Okay. So that's shooting the shit for look at me. Would you look at the time? It is 3:30. How are you feeling, Nins? Are you sleepy enough?
After, I'm still waiting for sleep to take me.
Okay.
Somehow.
What are there some animes that you've watched that you kind of just like, I'm gonna stop right there.
And I'm thinking.
Like it
Sorry,
just
like my brain is like loading like really slowly.
doo-doo. Ever watch
Um,
Citrus?
what is that? I
Citrus.
don't think I've heard of that.
Citrus.
Oh, it's just fruit tea.
The only fruit anime I know is
That's good.
oh my god, it's a Yuri. Wait, it's a Yuri. Oh my god. Okay,
Oh, oh. For
some
now, there's
gaming
some
since
gaming
tomorrow
since
is
tomorrow.
holiday. Happy holiday.
Happy holiday.
Rest well. Have a good rest.
Have
Um,
a
the
nice day.
the only one I know that's a fruit anime, not Fruit Basket, Banana Fish. That was such a good anime. Also
I've never heard of
gangster.
it.
I highly recommend Banana Fish. Banana Fish, not a fruit. Paprika was a trip.
Oh god, I watched Paprika. Do you know what time I watched Paprika?
What the
1 a.m. as a child. Like I saw a commercial. They were like, "Oh, we're like releasing Paprika in Japanese, but it's like at like middle of the night, blah 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 blah." It's like 2 a.m. So I'm like, I waited, and I'm like super duper sleepy, and then like as a kid, like I'm not in the right mind to watch Paprika, and then at the same time I was like trying to understand it. And like I don't think I need to watch it again because it's like a fucking trip. Like I don't need to have a trip to know it's a
It's a
trip.
detective story, but on drugs. Yeah,
But
and there was like espionage and her having to like pretend to be someone else. Like that, Paprika was a mess. Like it was a hot mess that you just can't stop watching because you're hooked on it.
but
But
at
yeah.
the same time, like I was having a conversation with a teacher because like I'm studying arts, and then like we talked real briefly about Paprika, and she's like everything was like intentional daw talaga done by the creator. So like yeah, it's like it's the weirdness is intentional. The whole entire roller coaster, the like thing that you're on watching it is like fully intentional. And like that's what you're supposed to feel
Uh.
with watching. I'm like, oh, okay. So like, all
Okay,
right,
makes
that's
sense.
good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Well, if I will say like the one anime that really fucked me up, like that made me there's two off the top of my head. Um, it's one is Wolf Children.
Oh goodness, man.
Wolf Children and Millennium
Okay,
Actress. Millennium Actress definitely
okay.
had like the bits of like Paprika in terms of, but it was like a unreliable narrator, or like it's a whimsical
Hmm.
narrator who was like an old lady who's reliving her life as an actress, and then
Oh,
her bleeding into the art style is so good in Millennium Actress. Like congrats Kumo on getting the tick, Joel tick. But yeah, it
nice.
was it was just like those two animes hit hard. I could not,
I think
the one
before
anime
you
I
sleep,
didn't watch.
then
It
I think you need to send me a list so I know what to watch next.
uh the one thing I don't
Uh,
want to watch because I know it will break my heart, because I've seen the one anime I didn't get to finish was Grave of the Fireflies. It was just too much.
oh my god.
I
Grave of
was
Hearts.
like, I'm good. I don't want to be
Did you know that
I
we
don't want to be
watched that?
depressed.
Like in like I think high school at that kami noon we watched that shit. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? I'm like fucking crying and shit.
I
Holy fuck.
I've already been butchered by wolf children.
It was
I kind of
it
do.
was
I would like to spend the time I have enjoying anime. I mean,
but I
we're
feel like you should finish it though, in my opinion. I think you should finish
because
watching.
I ugly cried with Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I feel like Grave of the Firefly is just gonna have me go through like a super depressive phase, cause like oh my god, it's so depressing.
It
Like
is, 100% is. Like you wanna feel depressed, go watch it.
it's like
You
uh,
feel nothing, you want to feel something, here, watch this. Feel the
feel pain. That's how we
feel
do
all
it.
the sadness.
Here's cue sadness, cue tears. I don't want to watch it alone. Like I've already gone through so much trauma with Made in Abyss, and and all the sad. Like I would like to. I'm actually enjoying One Piece because like it's a happy anime, kahit paano. Like
Uh-huh.
it's
Uh,
for
feel
now.
free to let me know when you go and like scream at please message me. I will love to hear you scream at like a specific
Oh my
like
god.
specific mhm.
There's a
Like
certain. Is
when
there something that's
people
gonna make
know.
me cry? Is there something
I
that's gonna
don't
make?
know. We will see. We will
Oh
see, and
my
like you will let me
god!
know.
Oh my god! Is something gonna
Maybe, maybe
hurt
not.
me there? Is something gonna hurt me there? I'm scared. I mean,
Enjoy.
I have a
Yeah,
thousand
we will skip
episodes to
on the
go.
episode. You're good. You
No,
never know when it's gonna hit you.
Miko no senpai. Yeah, notice that. But yeah, thank you for joining me in shooting the shit. I like how I'm just like, I just messaged you and be like, are you awake? You want to talk about anime? You want to shoot the shit?
I always will be happy to talk about anime.
Yeah, anime is just that one thing that I say like I've gotten to the point where I self exiled myself because I was so into anime that there's this one like, but I've always encountered animes that basically don't get to season 2. No Game No
Oh yeah, those
Life.
are like
It
I
cuts the
feel
heart.
so sad. Oh, I'm like keep missing something.
The
Ask
season
it.
2, please. Fucking
What's
light
that meme?
novel.
Like, like, may I have some water, please,
Yeah.
master?
Yeah,
Season
and
two,
I
please.
had the last straw when they did that to Dead Man Wonderland. When they made
Oh,
it
this
to
one
an
was
it
so fucking
was I
good.
love the manga. And then I started watching
I
the
couldn't
anime like, oh
agree
my
more.
god, yes. And then the fact that they only made season 1 and made an OVA,
Like,
I was like, I don't want to hope anymore. And they have like this long ass episodes of series that could have died a long time ago.
but the one was so good though.
Yeah,
Like,
Shiro's
longer. Oh,
and then like there's Sword Art Online, which is like a
again,
completely
yeah.
different conversation, which I fucking hate Sword Art Online.
Oh
But
my god. I honestly think that like Sao could have just ended at like the season first season, and then the rest of them could have been like like standalone movies or something.
mm-mm,
You know, like that's my opinion. And then like there's season two. Now like there's two things happening like at the same time, kinda like two
yeah,
games. I'm like, yeah, these could have been just movies, honestly.
yeah. It's just like it dragged on too long, and I just hate the
Mm-mm.
characters. But Sao and Dead Man Wonderland becoming an OVA made me do self exile. But it's nice that at my time and age right now, I can appreciate the anime and look back on like, hi, we did watch a lot of fucked up anime in our
Yeah,
childhoods,
100%.
and we still get affected by the stories it tells, and it's
Oh
nice.
yeah,
And
definitely.
I got to re-explore more anime. Like I ended up watching Made in Abyss. It became a watch party. Fuck you guys. Not you know
Mm-hmm. It's a good
specifically to Sin
show.
and specifically to Sin and Rob. Fuck you guys. Inferno Cop. I
Mm.
still fucking hate. We're not gonna talk about Inferno Cop. Studio Trigger's great. Yeah, I would
Oh yeah,
definitely give it.
100%.
For those who want the list, I can give you guys a list. Either in Discord. I'm gonna
Send me a
DM
text.
Nins.
Yes, please.
Man, I wish I could talk about Studio Trigger though, cause like, Kill a
There's
Kill.
ano.
I have a love hate
Mm-mm.
relationship with Studio Trigger because one, Inferno Cop is the hate. Love Kill a Kill. I love
Kill la
Kill a Kill
Kill.
so much. Um,
Oh, speaking of Kill la Kill, real quick. Did you
yeah.
know that like apparently there's a mistranslation daw ng title ng Kill la Kill?
Oh, Baba.
So like I've heard through the grapevine that it's not supposed to be Kill la Kill. It's parang Dress to Kill.
Oh.
Kasi it would make sense, diba? Like
Mm-mm.
it's like French or something, or like I don't know saan where it went wrong sa translation ng title or something like that. Where it's not supposed to be Kill la Kill. The title is supposed to be Dress to Kill daw. That's what I've heard. Do
And they
not
just
quote me on
went
this.
and they just went with it. You know what? Yeah.
I'm like we just went with it. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
So like it would make sense if the title was Dress to Kill, diba?
Because it's about
In my opinion.
clothes. It's about
Yeah.
threads and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say I
Little
also
Dragon is
like
probably my favorite.
I like
Little Dragon.
I like Space Luluco as well, except for that one episode involving Inferno Cop because it went meta. And then I think Studio Trigger is doing a lot. I want to play Omega Strikers, which is a game that they made, and their art style. I can't wait for that. Pass out time. Good night. Yeah, it is gonna be pass out time for me and Nins. I have work in 3 hours.
And
But
I need.
yeah, we all need to sleep. But I really do. Like, I was sad. I wasn't. I thought I wouldn't be able to talk about anime, and then like, I really wanted to dedicate this slot, this time. Like, I really enjoyed just doing this random thing where like, hey friend, you want to talk about this one thing? And
I
I'm glad.
am up for ano. If I am still awake, I am up for shit.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining me
You're
in
welcome.
this 3 a.m. brain fart, just talking about, we're just shooting the shit basically. Appreciate it, Ninja. And for those of you guys, please do follow Nins. She's currently in her Don't Starve Together obsession again.
I am back with Obsession. Send help. Like, to you guys know, I'm actually running the server right now. I'm like in AFK in the middle of the sea because like the kids are like super obsessed. They're like, attendance, can you open the server? Thanks. And then like 10 a.m. Can you close the server, please? Thanks. I'm like, all right, noted. Let me go
It's
close.
not a, it's not a, it's not a problem. It's not a problem at
It's
all.
not a problem. It's not a
I,
problem for like 2 days now. So
yeah,
like
totally,
they've been like,
totally.
it's not a problem. They're dragging other people with them as well, which is like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah,
Like
I can't
it's
wait for you guys to make a base underground. It's a cave. That's when I
oh
know
no,
you
they're
guys.
trying. They're trying. So like right now they've been suffering for how many winters now? Like the shit keeps getting destroyed, and then like we're like the entire map namin wala na kami beefaloes. Like we've like extinct na, which is like a problem. Kasi like there's no beefaloes in the entire map. Wala nang gear boys, wala nang like the chess pieces, the
Oh my
mechanical parts. They're
god.
like underground looking for the mechanical part. I'm like, I don't like to go underground. I'm happy na above ground, like doing the works, like
But
cooking and
that's
whatever
where the
and
end
cleaning first.
game is.
Oh, but like
Underground.
I'm also doing the sea thing. So I'm mostly doing the sea thing. So
Uh
I'm like, you guys deal with the underground. I'm gonna go seafaring. Like that's what
but
I'm lately doing.
Seafaring has like has worse shit, you know? There's more
I know.
tentacle shit and the Crab King. I don't know if you encountered the
I'm like,
crab.
wala pa. I haven't personally. Kasi like, every time I'm out seafaring, it's like, oh shit, it's almost winter. Send help.
Like
I'm like,
I
I
if
gotta
you guys
land.
survive the winter, establish a good base.
Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know how many days there are on right now? Wait lang, let me double check. Kasi I'm on. Let me get up and see how many days na sila. They're at day 435 right now.
Jesus fucking okay, that's a lot.
I'm like, I'm just letting them let them do the work. And I'm like, all right, keep me posted. And if you want to roll back, let me know. Cause like there were like a few times that they were like, oh shit, everything's like gone wrong. We need to roll back. Like we don't want to roll back, but we gotta roll back. We gotta be prepared.
Yeah. And like I'll see how long this don't starve together run goes. Because 400 days is a lot. And like endless kayo no.
Oh yeah, yeah, the endless going. We cannot not endless. Cause like we were having a conversation. No, like there are new people who's like this is the first time they're playing. And then like I told them, don't be discouraged if you die 1,000 times. Because like a lot of us, like we all started there, we've gotten there, and then like don't mind your like health. It's okay. Accept death,
Yeah.
honestly, and like
Death
learn that like, oh,
acceptance,
this is something that
yes.
I'm not have to eat. This is something I'm not supposed to like go to. At least not yet. Na hindi ako ready, and like all that jazz. And, like they're like exploring and like learning and finding new things. And then like the people who are new to game, they're like, oh, okay, so this is okay. Mistakes are okay. And so like that's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing. Like
good.
they get discouraged. They're like, oh, I'm like a burden to group. Everyone's doing a thing. I don't know what to do. I don't know what not to do, and I don't know where I'm going. I'm like, go explore, go out in the world, touch things, pick up things,
Touch
go near
grass.
things. Yeah, like legit. Like go explore the world, and then like come back to us when you're dead. Don't worry about it. If
Oh,
you need help, let us know.
yeah, I definitely look forward to what do you call this? Trying out the new Dead Poly because they did a revamp of
Oh
the
my
game.
god, I'm so excited. Okay, when can we do that, Polly?
Ay,
Let me
putang ina
know.
ka, Phoenix. Thank you for that. But yeah, I'm still waiting for all that because like they had this long like state of the game. It was like okay, the first game was fine, but a lot of people wanted to add additions, so they create a character customization.
I'm
They
really
added a lot of new
excited. I
things.
saw the clothes. I'm like, ooh, you can pick out. Like,
Yeah, so we can dress
I'm
up
like,
our peoples and then have more
I do
cool
hope so.
customization
And then like
options.
we can like see people's names all this time. So that was one of the things. So we're like having issues. No, like
Oh,
who's who?
if they did that, I'm gonna do a
Like,
fucking zombie server with Dead Polly. I will do
Water
it.
and
Ay,
water
putang na.
and water, water, water and water and
Oh my
water,
god.
water, water and
I'm I'm getting water. Don't worry about it. I'm drinking water. I got
Like
assaulted
like
by
for
water.
real, like I really want na like they at least like not mahover like if you look at someone the name pops up on top. And then like if you look at the group, that's when the name pops up on top. If you don't look at them, it's fine. Then like it doesn't show up or something like that. Or like it's always there. Like I don't know. It's there and also I just that's the thing I'm like looking forward that they do.
Yeah, because it has a potential for it being RP.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. We're about to end, Phoenix. Why
I
must
like
you
how
have
you
the uwu?
It's okay.
Uwu? But yes,
Oh,
I will
I have
go.
to drink water too apparently. Alright.
Hello.
Hey,
Pagalitan ka ni Doc. But yes, this is the tail
I'm
end of us talking about anime and random shit like Don't Starve in 400 Days and Dead Polly and all that fun. You guys can check the VOD later on. I have half of mine given the Twitch stuff to just upload a lot of things to YouTube. We shall see. We shall see. But for now, next week, uh damn, I missed Animu talk. Yeah, we talked a lot about Animu. It was because like I couldn't sleep because my cats woke me up and Nins couldn't sleep, so we were like, hey, let's just talk about Animu for a bit. Now we're
Oh,
sleepy, so it's good.
mhm.
So it's good sleepy time.
Right.
But next week,
Uwu. Next week, Uwu. Um, I'm going to be talking about Cardboard Crack, specifically Magic the Gathering Uwu with Phoenix Uwu. We're gonna do that. We're gonna show our decks. I'm actually gonna go down to the local game store to get cards. Uwu.
Nice. Box opening.
Not box opening.
Pack
It's
opening.
I will be making the Hada as my commando, so I can fight Phoenix. With a physical deck. Oh, he
Nice.
made his Ishin deck already. He's already at 54 cards from what he
Oh,
showed. He has very nice cards and he has very nice sleeves. Oh, so that would be for next week. Oh, fuck you, Phoenix.
mhm.
Okay, but check. Our job is to make a bunch of show deck jokes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna show my deck. Oh
And
my
discuss
god.
along. Oh my god. Oh, okay. At the
Wha-
same time, I'm like, I feel your pain. At the same time, for us is like 1K. So I'm like, I'm just gonna look away.
Look away! Look
I'm
away!
gonna look away. For us like 1K. Look away.
Oh, sakita, oy. Oh, well.
Your deck is so big. Yeah.
Ayo, of course, the biggest of the
No.
biggest. Gotta have them big. I like big things. Okay, before I do more brain degeneracy, I'm gonna raid out to Bone, who is playing Chained Echoes Uwu. Let's go raid him out. He has new emotes, Uwu, that he gave me permission to put in my Discord. Yes, you're gonna have Bone emotes on my Discord. Okay, we're gonna say what's a good raid message? My brain's just dying right now. Um uh
Uh,
what?
Anime.
Animu Uwu. Animu Uwu raid. I don't have the emote for the raid. Can someone adjust that? But that's gonna be our raid
One.
message. Animu Uwu. Thank you.
Let
I am
me calculate.
thank you. We're just gonna use Animu Uwu. Animu Uwu. Or you can use my standard emotes if you'd like. I'ma just use Animu Uwu. Animu Uwu. Animu Uwu. Thank you. Alright. Thank you for joining this section of shooting the shit where there's no format and we just talk about random shit with friends. See you guys on the next stream.
Boy.
Bye.
Boy, boy. Finally, it's